very big series coming up. It's going to be Quentin Deos versus Z eSports. It's going to be one of a battle because Quentin Deos, they're like all the way in the bottom of the standings. They're not performing that well, while Z eSports, they had a bit of a shaky performance halfway into the season. However, they were like in top 4 placement. Since Puncture joined in, they got knocked out from the top 4 placement, and only top 4 teams gonna make it to the playoffs. And right now, I believe they're gonna be standing in the 5th placement, and they need to be fighting to gain their placement back to at least squeeze himself to, because Puncture joined in and they performed very well. So for Z Esports, it's gonna be more more realistic for them to win the series and climb up and reclaim their 4th placement, while Quantum Duos, they're all the way in the bottom of the standings. They're having a lot of issues going on, and the same kind of thing in their qualification. So you really wonder what's gonna be possible for them to do, so they can find their success here in this league play. A big miss coming in from Forest, and it's gonna be an early goal for Z Esports, and they're definitely gonna take that one. A little bit of an unfortunate mismatch coming in, and Forrest, I don't think he was gonna be prepared for it. Maybe not a lot of boost in his tank, but it's still a goal lead for Z Esports, and they're still gonna take it. Forrest almost with a quick redemption after the kickoff, but it's gonna be Scream. It's gonna be a little bit of an awkward moment. Skadoosh with a follow. It's gonna be Daniel slowing this one down. And big demo comes in from Pearl. Skadoosh trying to take over, going for a solo play, and almost another shot comes in toward the blue net. And a little bit of unpredictable plays coming in from both sides right now. Especially the offensive side for Z Esports. Passy sending this one high. Skadoosh with a follow. It's gonna be Pearl controlling it. Really good decision, but Passy not really letting go of the pressure. They're not really going for the ball, but going for the cars themselves. And Passy is able to squeeze the ball. Cream can't really find the touch. Skadoosh taking over. Passy getting beat in that one. Pearl with a 1v1 situation versus Cream. And a little bit of double commits coming, and a lot of chaotic moments happening from both sides. And even though Z Esports, they have their 1-goal lead, but it seems like they're, especially since the fact that they got really good save from there, but they got like 1-goal lead, even though they're having a lot of chaotic plays. I think they're kind of in a better spot still. While Chaotic Deos, they need to be careful because it is only the start, and we have seen a lot of struggles coming in. Good 50, but not really gonna be able to follow that one up. Really good second touch of the ball to send it all the way to the orange side, but it's gonna be Scream once again. It's gonna be a bit of a free jump or maybe free flip, and Passy couldn't really find the follow, and they're still trying to build the pressure against Quantum Deos. They're not really getting the shots maybe on net, but they're still putting the ball there every now and then, forcing them to go for a lot of defensive plays, and the same kind of strategy that we have seen in the first series that we have watched, but this time it's going to be a little bit of a sluggish execution coming from both sides right now, because we're seeing a lot of whiffs. In the first series we have seen missed touches, so that means at least the players are hitting it, but when you get to see those whiffs, they can be even more awkward because you have your teammate to be trusting you in that, and once you end up missing, you're going to be causing your teammate to be making a very delayed decision too, because trust is also very important. And Forest, Zero was still trying to make a play. Scream having enough time to turn around and grab the boost, and Skadoosh coming out from behind to get the demo and prevent that defensive play. Scream really good 50 to hit the ball on the blue side, also stealing the corner boost. Passy with a shot, and Scream trying to find the redirect, couldn't really find it. Daniel with a follow up the wall. Skadoosh controlling it, keeping it high though. Scream following it up to keep it more safe for the team. And things are just slowly becoming even more calculated, I would say, for both sides. And for Quantum Deos, they're having a little bit of better passing plays maybe right now. They're having better offensive pressure. Passy, really good center ball, but Cream tried his best to squeeze the ball in, and a follow-up coming in from Squadush, and that was way too quick for the defense to react to it, and they get to extend the lead. Forrest sending it to the backboard, but look at how quick the team is, and Skadoosh is able to put it far post out of reach of every defensive player standing in the goal line, and they managed to extend the lead with 1 minute remaining. You know, we have seen those attempts earlier for Quentin Deos, but circles are still there. We're not really seeing those rushing plays coming to be very, very productive. Daniel tries to get the counter. Now Forrest sending it high, and a lot of demos are happening, and especially for Z eSports, just causing more pressure and you know, giving them more reasons to be worried about. Like, they just don't need to be focusing more on defensive plays and try not to whip the ball, but also try to avoid the demos that are just throwing at them left and right, taking a player out of the play. And you know, that could have been the key player in that counter attack, or maybe even in a better defensive play that could happen. But these demos, like also having the lead in the first game, Scream just looking forward to killing the ball, and they still managed to go for at least one last shot. And Z Esports, they're off with a really good start against Quantum Deos. Again, we're seeing those kind of struggles for Quantum Deos, but Z Esports, they did very well. It was a little bit of a sluggish start for both sides, but Quantum Deos at the end, like, yeah, they had better offensive plays. Maybe they had the ability to break through in the defense and have their counters. But Z Esports, they managed to have better plays in general, and especially less chaos in the defense compared to Quantum Deos. Like, yeah, maybe not a lot of things that looked calculated for Z Esports, but in the end, they managed to punish Quantum Deos on these poor defensive plays. And you know, this is like the second series of today. We're gonna see some kind of poor defensive plays. And you know, when these defensive plays happen, like, it's possible for the other team to do better. They just need to work on that. And you know, their offense looked fine. I don't think their offensively struggling. It's just the defense that is really keeping them from reaching their maximum potentials. And it's gonna be game 2 right now. It is time to bounce back, and it's gonna be a really big mountain to climb. It's gonna be a quick start, but it's not gonna go on net. But still, having that early pressure from the start could mean something for Z Esports. But it's gonna be Forrest having the first goal. Kinda got teased from that play, but Forrest doing it all by himself. Getting that first touch to send it high, just to secure it and have more control. And the shot had enough power to get that early start for Quantum Deos. And you know, they really need a quick start like that. They need to have the lead to gain their confidence back, but KB Scream taking away that confidence. Didn't really last that long, and really good follow from Skadoosh, also seeing that counter was already on the way, and he's able to get some kind of 50 off it, and Scream, who was there for the follow, and they managed to respond back so quickly at them. Now Daniel sending it to the wall, Scream sending it right back. Skadoosh couldn't really find any redirect. It's gonna be Passy. Not the best attempt. Forrest to Pearl to the backboard, and it's gonna be denied, and everybody seems to be overcommitted here, and they get countered on. They lose that lead, and right now it's gonna be Z Esports with that lead. You gotta love to see it, that it's not just a massive clear that was coming in from Scream, but also Skadoosh was in the perfect spot in the midfield to get that touch to secure it, and that is, you know, it looked like it's a great start for Quantum Deos, but right now it seems like possibly another game for Z Esports, because they're having the momentum still going on, looking very well connected, having the space, having the communication as well. Now Daniel really need to come up with a quick play, but it's gonna be denied. And you know, as I was speaking of that, kind of struggle in the defense, and Quantum Deos can't really punish them. but they still need to be a little bit careful about these gaps. That is, that's kind of allowing Quantum Deos to have their plays, and really good 50 right in time, and another 50 coming in from Quantum Deos, and Pearl's gonna be having an open net right there, and there you go with an equalizer. They're not letting go, and so many 50s coming in from Quantum Deos, and at the last moment, Pearl didn't really try to force another 50. That is a really smart decision coming in from him, and instead he just tried to control it, and you know, that's how he managed to make the last defender panic, seeing that both of his teammates already overcommitted. And you know, once again, that doesn't really last long enough. Scream, he gets the carry, carries the ball over, but it's gonna be Passy getting that clean up, and just putting it far post, nobody's there, and have their lead back for like maybe the second time here. And we're seeing even more goals coming in, and it's gonna be Daniel. Really big moment, but it's gonna be a bit of a mistake, flipping to the side, and Scream extending the lead. 2 goals lead for the eSports with 3 minutes remaining. That's a lot of goals, 6 goals in total, and we're seeing a lot of punishments coming in from these good defensive plays. So Quantum Deos, again, they're doing really well offensively, way much better than the first game, but the defense, again, I think both teams are kind of struggling, except that the eSports, they know how to punish their opponents. They're looking very well organized, and with their demos as well, kind of creating even more space besides going for these plays. And they're really interesting air dribble here, just keep it very, very low. Kadoosh kind of being AFK in the midfield, kind of an alarming situation. So I think the eSports, they need to play 2v3 for a couple of seconds until everything can be alright. And you know, they're kind of holding on so far in the defense, not really letting that get them at all. And Daniel tried to force the 50. Passy, solo play. It's gonna be forced. Really smart decision to go for the cover itself instead of going for the ball, like coming in from behind. And you know, after making that turn, like he managed to have more speed, and he managed to have the supersonic speed to get that demo. Forest with a booming clear. It's gonna be denied by Scream, also getting that second touch. Now Passy looking for another one, but it's not gonna be on net. It's gonna be a little bit too wide, and Scream having to play a little bit of 1v2 here. He managed to avoid the demo and also getting that save, and a long shot comes in, almost on target, and Skadushi just shows up right in time to prevent that possible long clear and also an open net goal to be conceded. Passy with a 50. Another 50 comes in. We're seeing a lot of 50s coming in from both sides, but you know, I think since Quantum Deos, they got no choice but to go for these challenges. Just go for the ball, try to win those 50s. Maybe they can be creating the chances for the team, because 1 minute left right now, being down by 2, that's quite long, because looking at how the defensive plays are just happening right now, you're definitely seeing a lot of struggles, and you know, can't have good counter plays without good defense for us. Sending it really, really high. Passy sending it low. Skadoosh with a follow, but not a lot of boost for Passy to go for the second touch that was Skadoosh trying to plan for. And Daryl, really good shot again. It's not gonna be enough. Double commit happens. Green looking for a redirect there, already trying to pre-sell. Daryl with a shot, and oh, managed to squeeze that in. With 12 seconds remaining, I think they just need to have a quick start. They need to have a quick start right after the kickoff, and that is something we don't really get to see a lot. In one, maybe, but like in 3v3, you have a lot of defensive players to be recovering and having to cover the spots. Fail. Having to come up with that read, but it's gonna be blocked away. The ball is still alive though. Daniel keep it up. Daniel couldn't really get that second touch, and Z Esports, they managed to take the second game. So once again, that was incredible performance from Z Esports. Kind of like, you know, made it look like it's impossible for Quantum Deos to do anything. Like, yeah, they had their shots, but the accuracy wasn't really there most of times. And while Z Esports, like, again, they managed to have a lot of goals coming in from just those defensive plays that were resulting in these goals. So for Z Esports, I think they just need to keep on focusing more on defense and just wait for these mistakes to happen, and they're gonna have their chances. And especially going up by 2, they could play as patient as possible and without really having to be punished for it. But Quantum Dios being down 2 in the series, it's like they need to come up with something. They need to be changing something about their play style. They need to be the team that is starting some kind of I don't know, like some kind of magic. Like we haven't really seen anything that is quite unique yet about Quantum Dios, and I think that is you know, causing them a lot of troubles to stay here in this competitive league play. Cassie not letting go with these demos. Green looking for the second touch. Could he find the triple tap? Oh my goodness, that was insane. Scream starting with a big play in game 3, and that's gonna be resulting in an early lead. And wow, that was fantastic play from Scream. And you know, having a play like that very early on, you know, it's gonna be helping out a lot. Already up by 2 in the series, and they have that goal, and you know that already means, yeah, they got it already in the bag. And again, for Quantum Dios, we haven't really seen that much coming from them. Now Skadoosh for coming up with another goal, maybe. Forest putting this one down. Nobody seems to be able to follow that one as much as possible. Now Skadoosh. Self-pass. Seeing a lot of solo plays coming from Z Esports. Passy, the shot on that. They're really good position to look that one away. Trying to find the counter. Skadoosh on the backboard. Passy can't really find any touch. And Beryl again trying to help out a lot when it comes to these counter plays. Daniel trying to get some control. Forrest taking over. And it seems like for Quantum Dios, they have to respond back once again. I haven't really seen them, you know, having that kind of some kind of momentum from the start and holding into it. They have always been the team responding back at their opponents. And you know, that's going to be taking them a lot of effort. Like, they need to always keep on pushing. While Z Esports, you know, they're already up by 2 in the series, and even if something happens, they're already having the mental advantage. Green with a long clear, and Skadoosh didn't really find the redirect. That would have been an insane shot. And Forrest looking for a stealing play. It's gonna be denied by Skadoosh. Daniel with a shot on that. It's gonna be Scream getting that cleared. Also maybe getting a flip reset from defense to offense. And once again he shows up in a big mechanical play. You know, he's already feeling confident. He could already see it from his goals. You know, it's kind of like looking like it's free play. He could just go for any play that he wants and he gets it done. 2 goals lead for Z Esports. Passy. Maybe it's Passy's turn this time. Maybe it's gonna be a read of the wall. And Scream couldn't really find the read. Passy. Again, coming up with his demos. Green. Maybe another mechanical play, but this time it's not gonna be working. Except that Passy is gonna be there to assist his teammate. It wasn't the cleanest flip reset, but you know, Passy was there for his teammate to get the job done. And you know, that 50 just okay. It seemed like it was gonna go out, but still another goal for Z Squad. Not the flashiest, but still a goal, and that's already gonna put them in a big advantage here in this series. Forest. Trying to get some control on the defense, but that didn't really last long enough as Z eSports, they're feeling extremely confident to go for such plays and having those challenges raining at them, seeing that they're kind of cut off in the defense and feeling really good to just go for any challenge possible. They've already got their 3 goals lead and Cream can't really find the second touch, but Skadoosh does it all by himself, and I think it's fair to say that everybody got their own goals here and everybody got their own plays too. Skadoosh with a really clean double tap here, 4-0 in game number 3, and I think it's just Passy who's left without having a very interesting play. He got only a follow-up, and that was coming from Scream. So he might be waiting for his turn, or at least fighting for it in the comms. Like, just let me have my own clips. While Scream pick up 2 of them, maybe. With 1 minute and a half. Still have yet to see the first goal. Lots of 50s coming in. Pearl, well, speaking of that first goal, we get to see it happen here. Okay, really good touch here from Forrest, and like had enough speed to beat that challenge, to beat that player who was coming from the defense in the corner, and that was more than enough to create a nice passing play for Quantum Deos, but still being done by 3 goals in 1 minute left. And it's kind of taking them a bit too long compared to the chances of Z eSports, but Pearl with a solo play coming in clutch. Beating Passy, beating Scream in that play, that was beautiful. 1 minute left though. It still might be possible for Quantum Deos to bounce back, but they need a quick start. They need to have their goals to be scored on as quick as possible. And you know, they're doing okay offensively, but they just need to have their offensive plays a bit more and faster, because not a lot of time remaining, so it's not about the ability of them, if they can do it or not, but just about wins, and that's going to be denying every hope for Quantum Deos as they get their 3 goals lead back again. Kedush reading that so quickly. He was already out for the challenge. Anytime Quantum Deos they tried to control the ball on the defense, they already have to deal with a challenger coming from Z eSports to force the 50, force the pressure to stay there as long as possible. Interesting 50 from the midfield. Forest putting this one low. Daniel tries to take over Passy, sending this one all the way back. Earl trying to force another 50, and you know, against Ketush, not really moving, but they could already get away with it. They got like 3 goals lead, they're already up by 2, and it's gonna be over. And Z eSports, they take a sweep against Quantum Deos, so that's a big victory, and I think this is exactly what they needed to bounce back in the standing and maybe even have the 4th placement to be secured, because like you said before, they're like already 3 established teams, and it only makes one more team to be included to make it to the playoffs. And who knows, it might be Z eSports, but this is another series and another struggle for Quantum Deos to maybe like try to get something done in the league play. Getting swept, I don't think they have even won a single game. So a lot of struggles are coming for Quantum Deos. You really wonder what's going to be needed for them to bounce back, because it has been like that from the beginning. Like, yeah, maybe it's just a start. They could fix it later, but it just happened again and again and again. So it kind of like, you know, for me, it kind of makes me a bit hopeless about the team, but it's still possible for them to reflect on themselves and see what really went wrong and try to fix their mistakes, because